Hello guys, Tips here and welcome to another video. So this weekend we have a really good summoning event. So it's Valeria and Brock here. So debatably one of the best fighters with one of the best tanks, if not the best tank in the game. So we're gonna do it's a really easy. Yes, you should summon. Obviously, if you need Valeria, if you need Brock here, this is your chance to get a copy of them. So this is an easy yes, you should summon. Okay, so let's just go one by one. Do a quick review of Valeria, one of the best fighters in the game. Well, first of all, why is she one of the best fighters? First, she's from the Nightmare faction, the best fighter faction in the game, and she is also having this chaotic, very high base stats, very high burst. Arena cost is reduced by 4. This is really also really huge. So that's why she's debatably one of the best fighters in the game. So she has a very high base stats. Look at this attack, very high. I think she's third in the entire game after Ardea maybe, and I forgot her second Salazar, I guess. But she has very high basic stats. Then her kit is very good. So start off with the chaotic. Uh, so she increases attack and defense based on lost HP up to 60% at 30% HP. So she's almost an entire fights. She will stand at this 30% HP. So I think you can maintain her at this 30% HP if you have Carnelian, but if you can't, you just don't need a healer with her, and you will maintain this 30% HP and you get 60%, 60% attack and defense increase, which is crazy. Her basic attack is obviously normal. She's a single target mediocre, so obviously. Her ultimate is really huge. So she reduces her HP, consumes her HP, turning it into stacks which can explode at the end, dealing huge bursts, up to I think 400%, which is huge. So that's essentially the ult. But let's read it. First, she increases her damage by 80%. Each attack consumes 10% of her HP, generating one stack of Power of the Sword. Power of the Sword is that huge burst at the end. So burst damage to the main target increased by 50% each stack after the skill ends. Okay, so she can collect 8 stacks of this, 50%. So essentially she can go up to 400%. The hero cannot be healed, so that's also another problem with the chaotics that they tend to kill themselves. So she cannot be healed, and when the skill ends, if she is at 0 HP, she will die. But if she does not die, she will deal the burst 400% burst to the main target and for target around it. Forget about this AoE, it doesn't matter. It's essentially this huge burst, 400%. Does it go up? I don't know. I checked mine. Mine is max. So yeah, it goes up to 440%. Okay. 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 So that's her ult, a huge single target burst. Got it. How about her passive? This passive is really good because it extends her range a little bit. With this passive, it's a very good 240% damage, inflicting a vulnerability on the target. During ultimate, each attack reduces plowing, so essentially during her ult, she can deal more of this plunging slash passive by 2 seconds, so 8 attacks can reduces to 16 seconds, so you can essentially do 2 of these slashes during the ult. That's probably it. Okay, and the physical vulnerability is really huge, like really huge for her. because she has very high damage. So as if she cuts the defense a little bit more, she can break through this defense and deal insane amount of damage. Okay, her other passive is when her HP drops below 30%, she restores 2% HP. This can go up to 6% HP per second, which is really, really good. So she can self-sustain herself to be exactly at 30%. Trigger the following effect instead during her ultimate. The hero enters a kneeling state, which I told you about. She does not die. What? She does die after what? Wait a second. So the following effect is that during the ultimate, the hero enters a kneeling state. Yeah, it essentially means that she cannot die during her ultimate. Even if she takes fatal damage, she will still be alive, but she will die after. Okay, so that's the meaning of it. Upon taking fatal damage, she dies immediately after the ultimate, when the ultimate ends, which can be triggered up one time. Of course, this one time she's dead. Okay, so essentially, she heals herself when she's below 30% until she reaches 30%. However, during her ultimate, she cannot die, but if uh, she cannot die until the ultimate ends, and she does the huge burst, which is very, very useful in so many cases. So yeah, pretty simple. Cat, very high stats, very high burst damage. For her awakenings, her A1 is very standard. Increase her attack speed by 100 during the ult. Attack 5%, very standard. Her A3 is actually really insane. She ignores 20% defense due to the ultimate, which is her main source of damage. So that's a pretty good A3. Quotient, who cares? A5, there is 50% chance to accumulate 2 stacks of power of the sword for each attack up to 12 stacks in total. So essentially, instead of 8 stacks, she's going up to 12 stacks, so she can deal 600% attack. So it's a little bit better. It's not crazy. Her A3 is the most crazy part. So my Valeria is at A2, and I will definitely summon for this in order for me to get her to A3 because just A3 is really, really huge. Yeah, Valeria cracked out fighter. She was the meta before all these Ingrid Paredes stuff came to global, but now she's still very usable. Like in AMR, she's the best hero for AMR. She does not die. She killed the boss. She's very, very good for AMR, especially speedrunning. Inverters, not so much. In single target arena, she's debatably was the best meta, but now the meta is shifting a little bit toward this Valjourn and Praetus, but she's very usable in single target. In Guild Boss 1, she's very usable. I will actually make a showcase of her in Guild Boss because I'm actually using her in Guild Boss. I will show you guys how to use her. So yeah, the essentially, she's very good in AMR and single target arena uh, and in Guild Boss 1. Those are the three main uses of her. Okay, I will definitely make a guide for you guys on her single target arena and Guild Boss. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Bye.